Fano. Welcome to April's Gardening on the Kaipara. My name's Howard. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, as you can see from the clouds outside, we're into stormy seasons, and rain's been kicking in frequently most days. So to get out in the garden, I've been having to dive in and dive out every couple of minutes. It's been pretty windy and really not really that great for filming. So you might find that this month's vlog is very much a case of voiceover. So apologies for that, because that's not one of my core strengths, I have to say. So last month the goals of the garden were to clear all the beds, and the goal for this month is to fill them all back up again, but this time with all the winter veggies. It's something I've not really done before, kind of growing veggies through the winter. Some of the seeds that I sowed last month have done well, and I'll be putting those out, mainly the cabbage and the broccoli. Peas come up, and I'll be doing a second sowing of peas. So yeah, just trying to fill up the beds as much as possible, so that if we can get to the end of the month and have all the beds filled with something, I'll be really pleased. And I don't know how successful I'll be dodging in between the rain and the wind, but we'll see. So let's get into it. Okay, well, we're dashing in between the rain again. It's one of those April days where sunny one minute, throwing it down the next. So I've got some peas that I've popped in on this side, second sowing, and then I'm going to try and put in a row of beetroot, because the beetroot I tried to sow in little pots as plugs, didn't work at all. And then I've got carrot seed tape left over, which I just want to use up really. So I'm going to pop that here, and my thinking is that this bed, they should be ready before I need this bed for tomatoes next year. Very old packet of beetroot, whose viability might not be great, so I'm going to sow these pretty thick, I think, assuming that none of it's going to come out. I was watching JB on YouTube last night, and he was talking about his poor germination and his habit or inability not to be sowing old seed because it just seems so wasteful, and then wondering why they've not germinated. I just wonder if I'm in the same book. But anyway, this is the last time I think I'm going to use this particular seed packet. I've got another one there of the same, and I'll use that if these don't come up. What you don't want is just a few of them coming up, because then you get that dilemma of, do you just start all over again, or do you try and keep them? Okay, so that will do for them. And then this other bit, we're going to put the seed tape. I'm not quite sure how much of the seed tape is actually left, but I guess we'll see. Now, I quite like the seed tape. I've had a little bit of success with it, which is better than my normal. What I do find is it's a bit of a bugger in our lovely windy spot here to get it to stay. Hang on, that's not doing so bad. Just fold that over like that. Job's good, and as they say. So one of the things I managed to successfully do is get some spring onions to come up from seed. Looking a bit ropey now, which I think might be they're standing in the water too much. I don't know for sure. I'm thinking I'm just going to pop them down the front of this bed, which we've got the peas in, just to maximise the space really. And also thinking I'll do another sowing of them, because you can use them in anything, can't you really? You just have to use them in salad. So I'm thinking they'll provide quite a good backup to this other onions that we've got growing. I'm just going to give that a water. I feel like I've got to be a little bit careful around here at the minute. Awful lot of paper wasps around. I might get stung a bit. Really happy the way these peas have come out at the moment, and if they'll fall apart at the moment, feeling very happy with them. If these are going to make it. I suspect not now. Had high hopes for them before, but not sure. sure this is working now. Anyway, we'll see if we get anything out of that at all. Morning, Fano. Here we are, end of April, and last few days have been glorious. So I've been able to really crack on in the veggie garden and fill as much as I could, which was the aim that I put for myself at the start of the month. I thought it would be probably best just to do a quick ticky tour around the plot so you can see everything that's happened. Okay, Fano, so first off is the strawberry beds. I'll just pop up the strawberry bed from this season, and you can see that it wasn't very successful. And so what I've done this year is take all the runners off and set up 2 strawberry beds now with 18 in each bed. Also managed to give some of the runners away to some neighbours, which was good, and going to really concentrate on trying to get a good crop next season. So then coming down, in this bed we've got peas and leeks. This was the first set of peas that I sowed. I got a really good germination from them. Feels like they've been attacked a little bit since taking the wire protection off to keep the cat off, but still pretty good. And then next to it, a similar bed with much heavier planting of peas, and I'm keeping the wire on these much longer, I think, just to see if that makes a difference. And then on the other side of them, a small carrot strip, which was the last of the carrot strip that I had, and a row of beetroot. Now the beetroot is fairly old seed, so I don't know whether that's going to have any effect on the germination. Seem to really struggle with growing beetroot at the moment, which is a pain. But there we go. Next to it we have the carrot bed, which I planted last month, and if you can see through the netting there, that's going to make a difference. There we go. You can see that they've all doing really well. I did a second batch. Unfortunately, I left them too long in the paper towel, probably a day too long, and then they became very difficult to prick out. So I've just done seed into those egg boxes, and I'll see if that makes a difference. Next to them I've got some gem lettuce. which I just popped in, see how they would do, and actually they're doing pretty good. Next to that, my first ever attempt at growing parsnip, which seems to have germinated really well. And I'll probably need to thin those out a little bit. I think you're supposed to thin them out to about 4 inches, but don't know that for sure. I'll need to check. This bed, nothing in it so far. Plan is to put parsley and coriander in. Coriander's already been sown and is germinating quite well. And I'm also getting a bit hesitant about my onions, whether I've got enough, which I might just put another load of onions in this side. Still undecided on that at the moment. The beetroot I'm harvesting now is really good. I'm just a little concerned that it won't last as long as I thought it would. I might need to sow some more if that old seed doesn't come through. The beans, don't know about these beans. I don't know if they're going to pick up as it gets cooler. It's been quite warm the last few days. But at the moment they're looking pretty rough. On the other hand, look at these carrots. I was quite nervous about these carrots, thinking that they weren't in deep enough. But actually, look at this. That works for me. I'll have these for tonight. Really good. Happy with that. I'll take that one as well, I think. That's a good sized carrot. So yeah, carrots going well. This is going to be my garlic bed, but I did put some sweet peas in, and they seem to be doing okay at the minute. I trimmed these zinnias down. These are the only ones I left in, just to see what happens. And actually, seems to be quite a lot of flower buds on them again, which is quite exciting. In here is some self-seeded marigolds that I've just shifted around. Don't know if they're going to do anything, but if they self-seed in that way in the spring, I'm going to be very happy. So this is the onion and leek bed. They've been under netting for the whole month, which I think has really helped. And I'm going to put some more netting on. Just there was an availability problem down at the local DIY store. But yeah, they're doing pretty good. Like I said, though, I'm just a little nervous that there's not quite enough onions. About 6 in each row of onions, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 maybe. Doesn't feel like it's enough really. I think I've got enough leeks though. Sweeping round now behind. This is the dahlia bed. We're just waiting for this to die down so that I can clean it up. And on the other side, more dahlias. And then the Heath Robinson brassica cage that I put together. And in here I've got cabbage and broccoli, mostly broccoli, probably about 5 cabbage in here. They got a little bit chomped as seedlings with the lovely little green caterpillars that sneaked in, but they've recovered from those. I've got a whole load of bok choy that has taken well, the seedlings, and I'm going to plant those over the other side there. First time I've grown bok choy, and it seems to be doing really well. Quite excited about that. So looking forward to seeing how that goes. So overall, looking down the patch, we've got over here, if you see it over there, the asparagus. On the top end, we've got the asparagus bed, which will be being chopped down probably end of next month, and the strawberry beds. And then next line towards us, peas and the carrots, and then onions and the garlic bed in the next lot. and the one bed that's probably still likely to need filling up, and then the brassica bed and the daily bed that will need clearing. So overall I managed to get everything filled up except the one bed over there, which I'm very pleased about. Really interesting how it all comes up in the winter months. Okay, farmers, so that about wraps it up for April. Hope you enjoyed watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below just to say hi. It's really nice. I've had a couple of lovely chats with people already. Hello to April on Gumbo Gardening. Really like her blog, so I'd really recommend going and have a look in that one if you can. And so until next time, whānau, haere rā, take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time on Gardening on the Kaipara. See ya.